Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us for the stream today. Today is Monday, April 15th, and we are here. We are at the midpoint of April. We are, those are business people, we are in the second quarter, starting the second quarter of the year. And shout out to everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. It won't be long for these kids to be out of school. Then they're going to be asking, then your food bill going to go up. Want to open up your refrigerator. You got to find them kids something to do. That's coming up very, very soon. All right. Outside of that, let me go ahead and share this real quick. Make sure to check my sound. All right. Make sure I'm all right. All right. Good. We sound good. And let me click something else. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen, while y'all gathering in. Yeah, let me do that. Oh, a few things I need to talk to y'all about before we get started. Just give me a second here. If y'all ever, because this is what I was asked to do, if y'all ever send us something like any kind of stories or news reports or something like that, try to give us the Cliff Notes version and not a 15,000 word essay version, because I don't have the staff to go through that as of yet. We speaking those things that be not as though they were, right? As of yet. So we need, you can put things maybe to one short paragraph, maybe two short paragraphs. Video is a whole lot better along with that short paragraph. Pictures, things like that. We need city, state. If you're not United States, we need your city, your country, because it's much easier when you give us detailed information like that so we can look and see what's going on. Just want to put that out there. We try to get to everybody that we can, but it's so much coming at us. And like I said, more funds come in one day. Well, I'm not going to say it's going to come in. Then we can hire more people to keep up with those things and more journalists to focus on certain things. And, so we slowly moving. Like I said, we're not funded by the government like the mainstream media is or the local media is, the white-owned companies. They get all kind of government subsidies. We don't get that. We're not going to be like Boulay Martin begging Mackenzie Scott that is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife for money. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to just rise and fall off the community, and that's just kind of how we're going to have to do it. Also, before we get started, how many people in the chat is going to who going to South Africa this week? Anybody in the chat going to South Africa this week? In the chat. Do you have everything that you need? Make sure you get everything that you need. Your power converters, that's important. Make sure you have that. If you have a major carrier, the phones work very well, your cell phone. So if you have an international plan, get one just for the time you're there. Y'all good. So yeah, most definitely. All right. So with that being said, I know I'm slowly letting y'all come on in. We got a new devotional today. I know y'all love the Super Mayor, and I love the Super Mayor too. But we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna switch it up. See if y'all like the new devotional for today. Let's go ahead on and get the devotional going. The devotional is very important for what we do here to set the tone of what we're doing. Some of the devotionals you may laugh at, some you may agree with, some you may be sad. But hey, we try to do all that in one thing. And our new devotional is no other than our great brother who have departed from us, Eric Mays. We got a devotional of him, and let's go ahead and cue that up for today. Let's get our devotion.
I'm just telling you. I'm going to let you talk.
Who you talking to? You gonna let? The voters let me. I got voted in. Who you talking to? You gonna let me? I got seconds left.
I want you to know.
Ain't she crazy? How many seconds? Why you? I'm counting your time. Miss Galloway, I'm gonna rule you out of order. You keep talking so much.
Do I have the floor? Do I?
Yes, you do.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much.
What a fool.
We have got to help the city of Flint. We have got to move the city forward. We have got to vote yes on this. Thank you.
Ms. Herkenroder, you the reason that I'm going to vote the way I'm going to vote, because you tried to put words in my mouth like I said you was a racist. You got to stop doing that. You've got to stop doing that.
Ms. Fields, please be very careful in that area. Please.
All I said, there was mediation and there were people in rooms. That's not
who in what room and how many.
But I am going to finish saying this.
Well, go ahead.
That's fine. Do you?
It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business, and I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV. Point of information, Madam Chair.
What's your point?
Are you going to sit and allow this man to talk all that tough talk, talking about what he ain't scared, won't, and you sit there and condone it? May I be?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our devotional with our dearly departed brother, Eric Mays, one of the realest city council members in America. If we had all our politicians like Eric Mays, he was not stealing money from nobody. He was just fighting for the people. If we had all our black politicians like Eric Mays, the black community would be 1,000 times ahead. That's for sure. Unfortunately, we lost a good one. We get to keep Clyburn for 1,000 years, but brothers like Eric Mays, he all, you know, and I never understood that about life, folks. The people that we need to stay, that's the ones that go. And the devils, the saboteurs, and then whatever else, they get to be here. Now, I know the old people will say, well, God giving them grace to change. Well, you know what? If they can't figure it out, they should go ahead and go, you know, but I ain't God, so let me not talk against God. I'm not. But I just want the good people to stay and the horrible ones to go. I mean, seriously, that's just how I personally feel. Lord, that's how I feel. All right. With all that being said, I came upon a video of a brother that used to be A&R for No Limit Records with Master P, and shout out to our brother Master P. You know, Master P, you know, what he did with No Limit, you know, he had one of the best deals ever, and he negotiated a great deal. And Master P, you know, he was putting out record after record after record. You know, Snoop Dogg went to No Limit after, you know, situation with Death Row. And, you know, Master P, you know, at one point in time, he was the man in the area of this music. You know, beyond which, I'd rather go listen to some No Limit music right now than a Sexy Red. I'd rather any day to go hear Mia X rapping than Sexy Red. It was just keep it 100, because Mia X could actually rap. You know, if you actually go listen to Sexy Red, it sounds like she's talking. And that's why I say the producers is carrying a lot of these artists today. It's not the artists, it's the producers. Because if you tell them, don't play the track, just let them rap on their own with no track, you're like, what in the world are they doing? You know what I'm saying? You know, at one point in time in hip hop, you know, everybody had to write their own rappers and it raps, right? And if somebody found out you had a ghost writer or something like that, oh man, you get clowned out of hip hop, because it's all about pure talent. But the situation we're going to fast forward to with Diddy, better known as the Diddler. So many things about Diddy. We all know the court case, you know, at least the lawsuits against Diddy. We know about the raids and all of that. And I'm going to talk about not so much about Diddy today. Diddy is just a small problem, even though he's a big one. They're putting everything on Diddy, and they trying to throw all the filth of the music industry on Diddy. And now I went in on Diddy and his filth on the app when I did that stream over there. So if you want to go see me really going off about Diddy and with the filth that he has been doing, you're welcome to go to the app and see that. But we have to keep it 100. This filth in the music industry came way before Diddy came around, okay? He picked up on it, and what word on the street is Clive Davis is the one that taught him the game. Clive Davis is sure not a black man. You know who Clive Davis is? Every time some filth is going on, the black person is being put on the front street, but where's all these Clive Davises and all those kind of people, right? So let's go on. I'm going to play with our brother T. Miles, who used to be an A&R for No Limit. I want you to hear exactly what he says, right? And this video has nothing to do with Puffy. Nothing. But let's go ahead and play this.
I'm telling y'all, they around out here. Y'all, they are around. They give it shit. It ain't even what you think. You around, wake up tomorrow, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the you just did. I mean, real. Your mother, me pistol up and your ass hurting. You don't know what to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to. Then here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Sign you for 5 years, you like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. Not for no, nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what they did last night. I'm serious. Dude, this real, I'm telling y'all though. You got, what you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. These niggas you see constantly high, they're not getting high because they like to get high. They're getting high because they know what they done done, and they can't live with that. This some real shit I'm telling y'all. Some of these motherfuckers can't say this shit. They already know about that goddamn tape. They on that tape. This is a shiesty, devilish game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard what the brother said, now, he was not referring to Puffy at all, but it sounds very familiar, right? What people have said about Puffy, Diddy, the Diddler, right? Everybody say avoid a P. Diddy party, but where did he learn how to throw a P. Diddy party? Where did he get this from? Now, we know Clive Davis is the one that mentored the Diddler, right? So why more people aren't looking into Clive Davis? I mean, let's call it what it is. It's more people than that. Now, one sister who been exposing everybody, and they say she was crazy, but every time you look up, she's becoming right, Jaguar Wright. She was another one. She put out about Jay-Z that allegedly he was sleeping with Foxy Brown. You remember the rapper Foxy Brown? Those of you a little younger don't know who she is, maybe you look her up. Allegedly, Jay-Z was fooling with her when she was underage. And also allegedly, and I have to say alleged, that he was messing with Rihanna too. And they say he got so mad and took it personally about that situation between Chris Brown and Rihanna, right? That Jay-Z was sitting up here trying to cause things to happen in Chris Brown's career and all things like that. It's a lot of things going on, but see, Jay-Z was smart enough because see, she said Jay-Z was smarter than Puffy. He knew when to get out of that. He knew when to walk away. And then he got with Beyonce. And remember, Beyonce, they said that around, she was 16, 17 when he started. He was in his 30s trying to holler at Beyonce at the time. I mean, so one thing I don't understand is I don't see how a man like a girl, it's nothing about a young girl. Like, why do you don't like a grown woman? I'm just talking in general here now. Why don't you like a grown woman? A woman that got sense, a woman that look like a woman that's being a woman. But you hear of guys going to different countries and they're having problems. Some of these guys that's even traveling around that's not in the music industry, messing with these young girls or underage girls. I just don't understand that. Y'all, like I say, y'all could never let me have no power because y'all wouldn't want to come to my country with that because that'll be capital punishment if I caught you. But with this music industry, and you see what I have on the screen here, independent music artists should avoid labels to save their souls. Now, the good thing today with independent artists, you can almost just about avoid the labels. The reason why I promote independent music artists to not sign to no labels for a few reasons. Number one, I'm so sick and tired of watching black talent not benefiting. And what I mean by that is this. People that don't look like us and not part of our community are making billions to trillions of dollars off of our creation, our Black American creation, right? Our hip hop creation, that's ours. Our R&B. And listen, R&B music, if you look at it today, people are like, what happened to R&B? Where's R&B? You don't hear it on the radio. If you listen to the radio, you don't see it nowhere. They literally had a plan to dumb down hip hop to the point where it's at now. If you take the hip hop from even the time of No Limit to now, it's like, what in the world happened? This is what happens when we, as a black community, allow other groups to have any kind of control over our creation. When we talk about delineation and all that conversation, what comes with delineation is taking back our creations and owning them. You can't have a culture without owning your culture. If you go to other people who's outside of your culture to allow you to practice and do the different things that come from your culture and from your people, then you are letting people benefit off of something they can't create. There's no people outside of our community who runs these labels can get on a microphone and do anything like any artist that you may like right now. None of them can. But yet they can sit back, they can say, no, you can't put out that music, put out this music. Do you remember that video from Irv Gotti where he talked about Leor Cohen? And he said that, hey, they thought it was a good record, but he said, no, that's not street enough. Wait a minute. Leor Cohen is not part of our community. You think Irv Gotti and Ja Rule and them couldn't make a decision about what they want to put out? But you having people outside our community saying what should be this, what should be that. People outside our community is pushing the filth. I know we'll point to Sexy Red, we'll point to this and we'll point to that one. And yes, they do have a responsibility too. But let's call it what it is. Let's go back to our brother Michael Jackson. Do you remember that song, They Don't Really Care About Us? Do you remember the original version of that song? That part where he was talking about a certain group of people, and you know the people I'm talking about. We on YouTube, we gotta be careful with that, with those people. A certain group of people, and they said, no, he cannot put this part out. He has to remix, he has to change this and put it back out. But it's okay if a black person come out and talk about harming black people in music, dealing drugs to black people in music, disrespecting black women in music, trying to break the spirit of black people in music. That's okay. Put that out. But every time an artist, prime example, Kanye, he have a song on his Vultures album. And he mentioned that particular group of people. And he said he wasn't against them because basically he would sleep with them, right? And they're like, oh no, he can't put that. But he can sit up here and talk about black women all day. But this is what happens when you let other groups of people outside our community, no matter what group they come from, it don't matter. This is what happens. Now, where's our responsibility in all this mess? And I'm gonna get to T. Miles here in a minute. Where's our responsibility in this mess? As long as you're begging somebody else for something, they can treat you any kind of way. Remember, ownership is always key. If you're the talent, you're the talent. You got the ability to rap. You got the ability to sing. You got the ability to be a producer or whatever the case may be, right? You don't need these people. Look at me, for example. Look at me. I don't need no mainstream media to put me on. I have my own camera. I'm talking to you right now. I have my own microphone, my own lights. I have my own setup, right? My people that work with me, we all work together, have our own setup. If I waited for them people to put me on, y'all wouldn't even know who I am. We gotta create our own things and do it our own way. I wouldn't even be here today if I had to wait on them folks. Look at people like Boule Martin begging all the time, them folks for something, campaigning for a job, literally, selling yourself out to try to hopefully get in the job or good graces of them people. I just can't relate to that. I can't. Let's talk about our brother just now. These people are so wicked in Hollywood, in the music industry. They are wicked, but you got to understand where the wickedness comes from. Let's go way back to the time of the Bible. Satan, right? Remember, he was originally an archangel. His gifting was music, as most of you would know. When Satan was kicked out of heaven, right? He still had his musical ability. Now, music comes from God. So don't say, well, music comes from the devil. No, music comes from God. The devil still had his gifting, though. But anything the devil going to attach himself to is going to have some sort of evil to it. So when you go to the music industry in Los Angeles, Hollywood, all that mess there, right? Look at all the people have told the stories about these parties. Look at all the people that you seen go into Hollywood, good people. Nothing's wrong with these people at all. And all of a sudden now they go, with the brothers that said, they all into drugs. Now, they say, why everybody always doing drugs? Why everybody popping pills? Why everybody? Brother T. Miles just said a lot of things happen to these people. A lot of these things are on tape. Now, you heard about Puffy. They say allegedly he got a bunch of tapes of people, right? If that's true, then imagine, like the brother just said, man, I don't want people in the hood to see this kind of tape. Now, you was violated. They SA'd you. That's a crime. But because you don't want the world to know you was SA'd and that you was drugged, that's not nothing you willingly participated in. Because especially, as even a woman, of course, will feel horrible. A man will feel even worse watching himself on a tape being SA'd, right? And to numb the pain of that, you'll get into drugs. And somebody say, why would a person drug themselves like this? Why would they do this? Look, I'm going to put it out there. How did Whitney Houston go from the Whitney we knew to all of a sudden getting into the drugs that she got into? How did that happen? How did even Bobby Brown get into that? Like, I remember Whitney in the beginning. I remember Bobby in the beginning. I remember Bobby from New Edition. I remember the video, Mr. Telephone Man and all that stuff. I remember it. I was a kid when they was kids too, but I was a kid, but I remember that. And you see that some people just get into these drugs and you're like, what happened? She's like, they just go to parties and they take it and they get, but there's something more to it than that. And what this brother is saying, this been going on. This not just Puffy. This been going on. Just my speculation, maybe the same thing happened to Puffy too. And some people turn into a predator after it happens to them. Who's to say that? Because, they got some people who want to get on so bad that they will, let me see how I can say this. They will let someone go in their bussy, okay, for money and power. Some people will. It's a certain ritual they practice because these people are demonic. They practice certain rituals. They say at certain levels with the devil, you can't get into unless you go through that ritual that involves your pussy. See, they've been doing this to women. You heard the thing called the casting couch, right? But when these people get so demonic that don't even work for them no more, and we talked about this before, people get a demonic, they feel power from that demon that's in them when they doing that to a man. Not someone that's willingly participating in something, whatever. And I'm not going to go, but I'm talking about people that they even they go back to Rodney Jones lawsuit with Puffy, right? If you go through the lawsuit, that's not what that dude was about. That's not what he engages in. He liked women. Allegedly, Puffy kept pressing him, trying to send women at him. He won't do nothing with the women. He's like, bro, I'm here to do some music. I'm not here to be doing all that with y'all, right? To the point that, okay, forget it. He won't, give it to me or whatever. I'm going to drug him. And if you remember in the lawsuit, okay, I don't know what that means, but I remember if you read the lawsuit, he says that he had drunk something. He said he woke up, and he was in a bedroom with some workers. You know what kind of workers we're talking about? He have no, same thing what T. Miles just talked about, same situation, the exact same situation. But he decided to, I'm going to, tell the story. I'm going to put out in the lawsuit. Like, is that really worth it, bruh? Like, is that really worth it? Even Cat Williams said he didn't go to nobody's parties. He said he wanted to basically keep his self protected away from the mess that go on at these parties. Yeah, Ty Owen said, I don't want to be famous that bad. Listen, I don't want to be famous at all. Listen, you know what kind of person, if I want to be something, you know what kind of person I want to be? I always said that. I'd rather be that dude that can walk right by you don't know who he is. But he's sitting on 100 million and you don't even know it, walking right by you. See, the dudes that really got the money out here are women, you don't even know them. They don't have no social media. They don't have anything. I've been said, I could, if I got the right people around me that could, a certain team around, a journalist, I don't have no problem falling back. You trust me, I don't have no problem falling back and playing behind the scenes. I have no problem. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? I like it, but I don't have no problem falling back and letting somebody else do it. Trust me on that. I don't have to, I don't need to be seen. I'm not that kind of dude. But some people want to be seen. Some people want their name in lights, but at what cost? Remember, if you go back to the scriptures, at the end of the 40-day fast, the devil came to Christ and told him, hey, look, you see all this? I give you all this. All you got to do is fall down and worship me. That's it. And I give it all to you. Well, you think Christ was the only one that the devil come to? Now, usually the devil's not going to come, the devil's going to come through a human being. I seen a video on TikTok of a comedian talking about another comedian. They went to a meeting with these Hollywood execs and they said, hey, we can guarantee you, we can get you a Netflix deal. But in order for you to get this Netflix deal, you gotta, what Bernie Mac used to say, you gotta jawbone these execs and you can get the deal. Dude said he was disgusted. He left. He said, but the other comedian stayed. He said, obviously, he got the Netflix special. I mean, you got to be sick and depraved to want to get on that bad. Now you look at someone like Sexy Red. Sexy Red, she looks like somebody that probably did whoever with whoever to get on. But then you get on, but then you forfeit your soul. See, in order for you to gain that kind of world that you want, the devil gotta collect your soul. And then you never feel like you can get anything back or anything right because now you made a deal with the devil for your name and lights. But you don't have to do that. That's the thing. People in the music industry, you great brothers and sisters, you don't have to do that. You already got the talent. Dame Dad said you got the distribution now. And back in the day, you need a distribution deal to get your music out. Now you got iTunes, Spotify, you got YouTube Music or YouTube. You can do stuff on Facebook. You got sites like, what is that stuff called? CD Baby or DistroKid and all these different ones to even help you collect revenue off your music. You don't need Hype Williams anymore. You can get a local guy who's a good videographer to make your music videos. You don't need to make an album anymore. You can just drop singles. Like that's the era that we live in. You literally can make an EP, let's say six songs, and you literally can book your own tour, and be smart about it. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna go do some clubs, I'm gonna do some events, I'm gonna do whatever, and you get like a little team around you. Now you're making all the money, and the label's not getting nothing. The labels you sign with them, you gonna get a 360 deal. Now, what's the 360 deal? The 360 deal is not only I'm gonna get money off the records, but I'm gonna get money off the concert money. I'm gonna get money off the merch. Let's say that artist creates a kitchen appliance, right? Let's say they partner with somebody and create a new refrigerator. And this refrigerator just took off. I mean, they make more money. The refrigerator's making way more money than the music. Well, at one point in time before the 360 deal, which Lear Cohen created, all that money would be for that artist, right? And whatever company they partner with, they'll get the money. Now, the record label would get a part of that too if they still under contract. Why would you sign up for that kind of deal? Then they've also explained, okay, they give you a deal, but out of your money, they're deducting for studio time. They're deducting for any little thing. So now you end up owing the label. It's like the craziest thing ever for you to sign with a label. Do what you want, but I wouldn't do it. I'm saying, me personally, I wouldn't do it. Like, bro, I'm the talent. I don't need them to put out my music. Even people like Manny Fresh have said, man, I wish I'd have did this independent. I'd have made so much more money when you start calculating it versus being on labels. Of course, Jay Legend, of course Diddy learned that from them folks. Of course. But you know how it goes. When it's time for people to start going to jail, and for all of the labeling to get put on, they gonna put it on him. But see, people like him so afraid probably to say, like, maybe he'll be like, y'all talking about Nino Brown. Maybe he'll be like Nino Brown. I don't know. And get in court and start saying, hey, if I'm going down, everybody going down. It was him, her too. It was everybody. Now, that would be actually the best thing for him to do. And say, hey, why should I go down by myself? Forget that. I'm telling. That would be the best thing for him to do is start telling. If he go down, tell. Everybody else have done it in history. It ain't no hardcore super thug from the mob to the cartels, to gang members. When they get up there, they start telling. Yeah, Destiny, you're right. Record labels are relevant now. You're 100% right. And they're saying that, a lot of record execs now are talking about the labels are actually, some of them are starting to go close to bankruptcy, and that's good. I'm the kind of guy, I want every old system that was created to basically go. I want terrestrial radio to go. I want record labels to go. I want the mainstream media to go, but they're not going to go because they're subsidized by the government. So I just want people to have a true freedom, right? That's why I believe in freedom. Free to create music, free to create movies. Like the Tubi thing, right? Even though it's owned by Fox. Tubi has actually been a platform to put on a lot of black directors who never got an opportunity, who couldn't get on Netflix. And to be honest with you, if you start a Tubi model, if you had some money, like if I had LeBron James money, I would start another version of Tubi. And I'll follow the same model. Hey, put it up here. Hey, come on, give me all the content you got. Because now you see it works. That's why I understand, like, some of these black people who get money, like, why y'all afraid to, if you see something work, put your money down and create the next thing. I mean, I don't get that. Like, you can't spend, oh, this guy's a billionaire. How? What are you creating that's gonna, like, make you almost a trillionaire or something? You know, black people get money and they want to floss all day. They want to look at me. I'm dressed. Oh, I'm getting off a private jet. Look at my car. Like, bro, forget your car, forget your private jet. Bro, what companies are you creating with that money, brother? How many black people you putting on in your community? Can we create something? Like, even all the basketball players, football players, like, bro, y'all can't create a league. Y'all can't create something. If you're from the music industry, you know how dirty it is, and you done made it, and you got that bag, well, shoot, you need to be the guy to create, you know, something where everybody could come to. Like, we need a new Motown. Like, for instance, you know, at one point in time, if you was a black person, you went to Motown. That was the label for all black people. And I know Motown had their issues, but bruh, can we create something like that? Well, nobody getting screwed, of course. But can we create something like that? Where everybody say this the label to come to. You get to make money over here. You ain't got the producer dancing in your records. You ain't got to worry about no crazy parties over here. We just worry about music and we're gonna make a profit all together. There's no 360 deals over here. Listen, if they had a label, a black label, to come out and say, look, there's no 360 deals here. It's none. We're gonna put out some records. We'll get our percentage, but you're gonna have the majority percentage. We just want to put out some good music. Trust me, that's one way for people, because some people may need a label or whatever, but it's that simple. You ain't got to do people wrong like that, bruh. But when people talking about delineation, once again, y'all mentioned the FBA and everything else. Well, you can't have a culture if you don't gatekeep your culture. You can't say, this is my Black American culture. Here, non-black person. Here, you can make money off my culture, non-black person. Then when somebody comes at us and talk about our culture, we say, hey, wait a minute, but think about it. Why are we handing our culture to non-black people? We're not even handing our culture to other black people. That we're handing our culture to non-black people, giving them generational wealth, literally. And while our families are struggling with our generational wealth, why are we doing that as a people? Just keep handing them our everything. We talk about Africans, some of us, how are they not benefiting from their resources? Look all them resources they got in the continent. They got gold, diamonds, they got uranium, they got all this stuff. Look at what the Africans got. How they let them do that? How do you got all this talent with music and you letting these non-black people benefit off of it? Same thing. You got all this talent on the football field and you handing it to the NFL. And they don't even treat you right as a black man. They disrespect you as a black man. That's the thing. The majority of the league is black American men. Disrespect, like if anything, you would think they would be, hey, black man, hey, I bow down to you because I'll become a billionaire off you. So, hey, Juneteenth, we all celebrate Juneteenth here. Hey, Martin Luther King, hey, Martin Luther King, we're going to have a statue for him, Malcolm X. Who else do you have a statue for? Right? No, they make all this money off of black men and they disrespect you at the same time. Once again, it's no different than the African continent. You're sitting up here giving your talent to non-black people. Same thing. If we want to have a culture and protect our culture, we got to stop giving it to non-black people and let non-black people control our culture. Just that simple. And that's on us. I can't fault them for benefiting because you're giving it to them. Why wouldn't they benefit? You talk about foreigners coming in the black community, setting up businesses and everything in the black community. We complain about it. But instead of you standing on business and saying that foreigner can set up whatever business he want over there, I'm not going there. I'm going to my people because I'm about to teach them, you don't come set up shop in my community. You better go somewhere else with that. You don't do that to them folks. You ain't going to do it over here. And I'm going to go to my people. Nope. You go right over here. Look at the hair care industry, $1 billion industry. Black people don't only control 3% of it. They're the number one customer. They disrespect black women to the core. You think they will respect black women because they feeding them. They disrespect black women. How is it that the Koreans, because that's mostly who control it, the Koreans gonna respect black people when you take even our hair and say, hey, Korean man, you got the products for my hair, Korean man. Let me give you all my money, even with the disrespect. Instead of saying, you know what, let me go find a black woman and give my money to a black woman or a black man and circulate that money in the black community. Next level say this must be done at the grassroots level. We can't depend on people who have sold out. I'm not dependent on them. I'm just giving examples. Just giving an example. Everything starts from the bottom or the grassroots and it works its way up. The grassroots pressure the top. So yes, you have to make it just like you talk about, prime example. The majority of people in black America feel like if you vote Republican, I'm not talking today, I'm talking about just in general in the past. If you vote Republican or talk about Republican, you'll sell out. Why are you doing that? You betraying the black community. But boy, we will cast somebody out talking about Republican, but we won't cast nobody out that will go to a nail shop that a black woman got beat up at the previous week. We're not gonna cast them out and call them a sellout. That's not selling out. Right? We're not gonna call nobody a sellout to go into the NFL when they sat up there and disrespected black men. Look at how they treated Colin Kaepernick and the way they acted about that. Or look at some of the things they said about Black Lives Matter. I'm not saying I support that, but I'm saying just in general, the racist comments. You understand what I'm saying? It's so many different things they've said in these leagues, and yet we keep sending out our kids going to the NFL combine, running, it's like just showing themselves, look how fast I am, look how strong I am. And the people that's making all this money don't have to run a 40, don't have to lift no weights, don't have to deal with CTE, nothing. They sit back and they tell you, they don't even guarantee your contract. That's how cold they are. They don't even have to guarantee your contract. Oh, but check this out. The coaches, they get guaranteed contracts. So they can fire the coach tomorrow, he get all his money. But the players, who's mostly black, can get let go or get cut and they don't get their money. So if they say, hey, you got a $3 million deal. They cut you next season, you don't get your $3 million, but the coach will. Now, the only guy who did a good deal, who was smart, was, oh my God, his name went blank with me. They ridiculed him so much. Quarterback. Used to be quarterback, Denver Broncos. He just went blank. Lord, y'all know who I'm talking about. Sierra's husband. Y'all know his name. What's his name again? Sierra's husband. Come on, y'all. What's Sierra's husband's name? He just went blank. Quarterback. Come on, I know y'all men that watch footballs in here. Come on now. Yeah, Russell Wilson, thank you. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson did a good deal, and the Denver Broncos were so mad because they had to pay him. He did a good deal where he got a guarantee. So yeah, they cut him, they had to pay him every dime. Now, Russell did some good business. Shout out to Russell. If you gonna work with them people, you better do a deal like Russell Wilson did, where you get a guarantee that you cut me if you want. I can sit down. I ain't got to do nothing but ride the bench. I'm still getting paid. That's why they don't want too many black men being coaches in the NFL, because they get a guarantee. They can get fired tomorrow. They still getting their whole bag. You look at also how these folks act, giving our talents. Let's go to the college. They are so mad right now that young black men, even the white guys, it don't matter, girls, whatever, but especially black men, getting those NIL deals. Do you know, I covered this here before. They're having whole meetings about that in the Senate, about black people, and that's what they're mad about, NIL deals. Oh, well, how they can be getting these NIL deals and it's just ruining college football. Oh, so those young black men going to tear their bodies up in college, the college making billions of dollars a year and not giving these students nothing, they're struggling? They're struggling. And you mad, especially you're mad at Shador Sanders, because Shador come up there to Colorado pulling up with a Rolls Royce. And listen, I know them folks. I know them. They hate to see y'all. Ooh, they hate a flossy black person. Oh, man, when y'all flossing, man, that runs all through them. And the reason why it runs through them when y'all be flossing like that, and you don't care, you flossing hard, is because in their rabbit mind, you don't supposed to have nothing. And they got their skin, and their skin supposed to dominate and make sure they have that. So when they know the system they put us in as a community, and we still figure out a way to get to that point, like that messed their mind up. So boy, they hate. Do you realize a lot of black people that they put on trees? You do know a lot of them were black business owners who were very successful and flashy, not trying to stunt in their face. They just like, man, look, I'm suited, booted, I'm making money, and money ain't nothing to me. I'm buying this car. Like, they just a good businessman. They are so jealous of so many, every time they had a black man like that. That's the same thing about the Black Wall Street thing. Black folks was doing so well without them. Do you remember what the report said? That they came back from World War I and say, how is it that those, and I'm going to say black people, not the word that they said, how is it that they are living in mansions and we're living in shacks? They are so jealous of black people that figure out a way. That's why I hate to see our people squander opportunity, because so many people in our community don't have certain opportunity. Even when you go back to this music industry, stop giving your talent, because when you give your talent to them, it's going to come at a price. Your soul is the price. You know, you talk about Sexy Red and the things that she say, because they know she's the one everybody kind of focus on right now. But behind all that mess that she's doing, if you actually was to sit down and talk to her and peer right into her, she's a sad individual. And she don't know if she's coming or going. She look lost. If you really look at her when she's talking, like, look in her eyes. Don't pay attention to her antics. Look in her eyes. Because you know the eyes are the gateway of the soul. Just look straight in her eyes as she's talking and watch. People like that, who lost like that, if you peer into their eyes enough, they start looking away from you, start looking around. Like they don't like when people peer at them and just stare in the eye and don't take your eyes off their eyes. They get nervous. They want to put shades on because they don't want you looking at them because you could spot them. But I know I'm having a different conversation a little bit more than what I should, right? Yeah, Mama Deb is right. You say a researcher said follow, the lenses, you'll find the money. Yeah, 100% right. So what I'm saying is to my brothers and sisters who are music artists out there, it's better to go the slow route instead of the quick route. I always love the story of the tortoise and the hare. Yes, the hare seems like, he's so far ahead of you and he got there so fast. But in the end, he never really win the race. But the slow and steady wins the race. Why? Because you learn so many life lessons on the slow and steady that the hare zoom past. Even in this content creation game, right? I've seen so many people zoom past me over the years. I mean, like, pew, quick. And every time I've seen somebody do that, they end up crashing and burning because they didn't learn certain lessons, even doing this. And of course, I'm a firm believer of what Minister Farrakhan said, don't laugh, learn. So all these different things that maybe happen to content creators or people in society, I look at their situation, I make my mental notes and I say, okay, don't do that, don't say that, don't react this way, don't do this and that and the third, because I look at everything as a lesson learned. You better look at life like that. Look at it as a lesson learned. If you are wise. Now, if you're not wise, then do you. Yeah, Great Black Shark, no, we've seen many come and go over the years. Some people that were great, some people that, but in the end, this, even doing this, eventually your character flaws will come out, you'll be tested at times, I mean, it's a lot you got to look into, even with this stuff here that we do. You think it's just, they just talking on it. No, it's way more than just getting on here. Actually, this is the easy part. This is the easy part. What's not easy is everything else that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? And trying to deal with all the issues behind the scenes and all of that. So, and for me, years ago, I was posed a question. Do you just want to be a YouTuber or you want to grow this and you want to be actually a news organization with a viable company? Which one you want? And I said, well, I think the better one would be a news organization I can grow as a viable company. Okay, if that's what you want to do, now we got to start setting you apart from everybody else because you can't be in that YouTuber realm. You got to be set apart. You can be on the platform, but you got to go this route. And, that was the choice I had to make. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. I see people out here on big platforms, millions of people, they out here paying trick tabs to OnlyFans girls. And I say, boy. And then it's being posted. I say, boy, y'all committing crimes. I just shake my head at some people. I say, boy, the Bible is right. A fool and his money or her money shall depart. It shall depart. Every single time. I'd say, Sometimes I say, oh, it's a counter on them when you're posting crimes, literally what you're doing. Y'all do know, fellas, those of you who got platforms, if you are paying trick tabs, let's give you some game. And these women are putting out there that you paid them a trick tab. If they want to get you, I'm talking about law enforcement, they can. That's why it's just best for you to meet a nice woman, make a relationship with your woman, and if it gets to the point, get married, have a wife, okay? And you and your wife create a viable family. And trust me, even the scriptures teach, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It didn't say guys that run up in women all day finds favor. It said if you find a wife, you find a good thing. If you want to keep something, get you a wife. That's just what advice I'm going to give you. I know the women today can be whatever, but not all women are the same. There's still good women out here. Yes, even in America, there's still good women in America. Yes, there's even still good women in the community. There's still good men in the community. It's just, you have to find it. That's it. But with that being said, thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on the stream tonight. And we went to a lot of different places, right? Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. Oh, one person asked a question, so let me go ahead and answer it. They say, I know you say click the subscribe button, like button, etc. You say, should I watch it on the app? Should I watch it on the YouTube? I say this. If you on the app has everything. You ain't got to go searching for it. Some people not on the app yet. We like you to be. But for those who are not on the app, that's why I'm saying that my brother who had wrote me that particular email. So definitely thank y'all for listening. Tell me, we'll be back tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. Looking at that. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're not going to do stream Friday because I'll be in the air, so I can't do that Friday. But Monday, we will be streaming live from South Africa, Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday we should the following week. So we're just going to do 4 streams this week. We'll do our stream Thursday in the ATL airport. So we still going to stream Thursday. So thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all on the next one.